Welcome to the show, everybody. I wanted to try a little something different today. You've heard of stand up. We're going to call this sit down. Round of applause. How many of you have had experiences with these little twerpy college kids who know jack about life? These type of kids where they're right, you're wrong, that's it. There's no middle ground, there's no argument, there's no common sense with these kids. It's their way or the highway. And quite frankly, fuck them, they can get the byway. They go to school half the time on us, yet they protest everything that citizens work for. Well, without us, you little twerps, you wouldn't be going to school. You wouldn't be getting a free education. And you have the balls, the audacity to protest things that are going to shape this country that, quite frankly, you shouldn't be talking about. You talk about worthless issues. You talk about things like transgender issues with, oh gosh, is it safe to use their nouns or pronouns, and you shouldn't call them this and you shouldn't call them that. Well, once they all act a certain way and are a certain way, we'll start caring. But when I go to the restroom, and because certain laws haven't passed, and I see from the back what looks like a woman, dress, heels, looks like it's wearing a bra, probably some thong, and it turns around and it's got a beard bigger than mine. You got a beard like ZZ Top and you got clothes like Shakira. You couldn't fool Ray Charles in a dark room. Who the fuck are you trying to fool? If you're going to be transgender, go all out. Go all out. There's no halfway in between. So maybe tomorrow you can wake up and say, okay, I'm a boy. You got it twisted. You got it wrong. And that's the problem that America has with the transgender issue. You don't think and you don't have common sense. Okay? Now let's move on to some more ignorant assholes. Black Lives Matter. Well, Black Lives only matter when it's taken by a white cop. They don't protest all the deaths in the street, you know? They don't protest little girls getting killed in their own homes by drive-bys. No, because that would be protesting black on black crime. And why do that when you can persecute a white cop for taking out 99% of the time criminals? Criminals. Okay? The guy in, what is it? Up north, where his girlfriend taped the whole thing. That was wrong. That cop should be fired. That cop should be in jail. That's a different issue, and that gets me heated on my own. That was wrong. But when these cops are getting persecuted, starting with the guy in, what was it, Louisiana, Alabama, that was shot and killed after he robbed a convenience store. Have some common damn sense, people. Come on. Protest because a white cop killed a black criminal. Let me repeat this. A white cop did his job and the perpetrator happened to be black. You know, we don't go out and fucking protest about all the whites that get killed by blacks. We don't do it. You know, the Blue Lives Matter movement happened because of you Black Lives Matter assholes. Okay? I don't like cops like the rest of you, but damn, come on. All this is a big giant race issue. Giant fucking race issue. Okay? What do you want? You had shit that happened hundreds of years ago. Yeah, it lasted way longer than it should have by you guys finally getting rights and your freedoms in the 60s and 70s. Okay? But still, I didn't have a mammy. My mother didn't have a mammy. Stop. Nobody in this generation, last generation, or the generation before that had slaves. Okay? What happened to you guys was horrible. It should never happen again, and it should have never happened to you. But it wasn't our fault. We didn't come pick you up and just take you from your homes. You were sold to us by your black leaders in Africa. So if you want to point the finger at anybody, point it at them sons of bitches. Okay? And I'm not racist. This isn't what I wanted to get into. But you know what? I was the most unracist person. Best friend black. Only listen to rap music. Hell, I'm as big a wigger as you could find. But you know, watching TV and seeing this, and you guys are starting to hate me because of my skin color, and I've never ever seen skin color, gets ridiculous. Stop. Stop, because you're running off people who have stood behind you, such as myself, with all the hatred. The hatred's gotta stop. Okay? Everybody hates everybody. Everybody's got a reason to point the finger at this person and that person, and so did that. Well, the quicker we stop looking at color, the sooner racism ends. You need to look at people for what they are. You need to see past skin color. You need to see people. People. After all, that's what we all are. White, black, Asian, it don't matter. We're people. We have the same goals. We have the same dreams. We breathe the same air. We drink the same water. Okay? I just am baffled. And these protests, they don't help. And then when the Donald Trump thing hit, that didn't help. You know, there's certain things that were said, yes, taken way, way too far and way out of context. All right? There's nothing wrong with wanting to get rid of illegal immigrants. Okay? Because all that does is eliminate some heavy hitting crime families for the Mexican mobs and cartels. Okay, they get their people over here. And these people have different values than us. A life to them doesn't mean nothing. They see death on a daily basis. But you go out, white people, college kids are the worst. You go out, you protest because you think you're doing the right thing. There shouldn't be borders. Everybody should be free. Blah, 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 blah. That's not the way it works. And the dullest argument you have is this country was founded by immigrants. Yes. We came here as a collective group to find freedom. We find freedom, but we also stole and killed an entire race for that freedom. This nation was founded on blood and violence. But back to the immigration. So we found this country with immigrants. And what you do is you build up a country. Then you get rules in place, you get laws in place, you get regulations. And what happens is your country grows and grows, and you get more laws, and you get more registrations, you get more restrictions, because you have to take care of your people. You have to take care of your citizens. This isn't discovery mode anymore. We've discovered the land, okay? We have turned this into a country, not like it was. You can't use that argument, okay? We have turned this into a country that has to take care of its own people. All right? The dullest argument, I swear to God, founded by immigrants. Yes, but when you make a country, then you have to put certain laws in place. And everybody that has come over here legally, that's why a lot of them stand behind Donald Trump. They did things the right way. They had to go through the process. And it's not right for these border hopping Mexicans to come over and just undermine that whole process. Because if we let them do that, just let everybody come in. And the reason we have restrictions and don't just let everybody in is because you know what that would do to our population, our economy, and everything else? It would fucking plummet. Okay, do you get that, you college idiots and protesting idiots? It would fucking plummet, all right? We wouldn't have space for nothing. And what happens is they bring their rules and how they were raised over here, because they weren't raised with our values. And what happens is third world countries where you kill a person because they look at you wrong, or you chop off their hand for stealing an apple because they're fucking starving, because your dictator rules with an iron fist. So you got all these people that are actually bloodthirsty and don't mind the dirty work, come over here, don't have our values, and what ends up happening? More and more and more violence, more crime, more everything. But you're going to protest it, and it's okay, because you have your safe space. Well, I promise you your safe space will be invaded. I promise you your college values that you're learning from your liberal professors, you will learn one day, is complete and utter bullshit. It's bullshit to the 10th degree. And these professors and these colleges need to be put in their place. They're teaching your kids wrong. Okay? There's no values, there's no morals in what they teach. It is completely and utter liberal garbage. Ugh. And I don't get how this country can make stupid people famous. Everybody's got to be tired of it. And everybody's up in arms because Trump fired Comey. Well, you know what? What happens when you don't do your job? You get fired. Hillary should have been put in prison. Facts are facts. Okay? I think stupid as it is about emails, but still, you broke the law. You go to jail. You didn't do your job. Now you're trying to investigate a president because everybody wants him impeached. That's not the way this works. That's the biggest problem with millennials too. They don't get their way, they protest about it, and they whine and they cry till they figure out a way to get their way. You know, these are the same people that got trophies when they lost, that were never told no, were told that they're the greatest thing since apple pie. Just, it's a barrel of monkeys that have attached their arms, and they just keep growing and growing, and the stupidity level in this country is just expanding and expanding and expanding. Such crybabies over Trump. Such crybabies. When he got in, there wasn't a nuclear apocalypse. He didn't press the red button and blow us all to hell. He's not started concentration camps. Okay? All this shit, your propaganda filled to scare everybody to vote for the person you wanted. Well, it wasn't even the person you wanted, because you wanted Bernie lazy ass Sanders. And why? Because these millennials have so much in common with them. This son of a bitch didn't have a job till he was in his 30s or 40s. Okay? He lived off government assistance. He wants pretty much communism. That's what socialism is. It's a form of communism where everybody's equal. Well, let me tell you what. If that were to happen, everybody ain't going to be equal. You know what's going to happen? People like me and you will be screwed. You will have voted for this shit, and the people like them that are presidents and congressmen, the upper echelon, they will be safe while we are forced to be equal. You know what socialism is? Everybody's equal. Nobody's better. You can't reach a higher success for working harder than somebody else. Okay? To put it in cartoon terms, technically, if they could, we would all drive the same car. We would all have the same clothes. We would all look the same, like clones. Okay? And this is what you voted for and wanted to vote for, because you thought Bernie was cool. Well, Bernie wasn't cool, and it proved it. Okay? It proved it. America would rather vote for the lying ass bitch Hillary Clinton than vote for the lazy bum that was Bernie. And the Republican side wasn't that much better. Excuse me, Ted Cruz, what the hell are you doing there, buddy? You're born in Canada. I don't give a shit about this American rule. If you ain't born here, fuck you. You don't need to have our highest office. All right? Get over yourself. And really, Marco Rubio, okay, I'm from Florida. You're horrible. You couldn't run this country. Okay, better yet, you couldn't fuck a goat with it tied down, bent over, and Bill Clinton guiding your dick. Because we all know how much he's good at that. You couldn't do it. You suck then, you suck in Florida, you suck now. Donald Trump has at least half a shot to get this right. If he follows half the rules and half the morals that he loves so much about Reagan, we might do all right. So get off his back. Stop stepping on the flag and stop with this "not my president" shit. Because you know what? Yeah, the Tea Party started, but there wasn't this much shit about Obama. And look how great he ran the country. Okay? And I'm not a Republican. I am technically a Democrat. But you know what? You liberal scumbags are doing some shit I don't believe in. And the worst part, like I said, I can't get over it. It's you college campus morons that haven't experienced an ounce of life yet, that want to dictate the rest of the country. Well, let me tell you something. When you go out, you get a job, and you start your 401k, and you have a mortgage, and you're paying your taxes, and you're doing this, and you're doing that, then talk to me about how wrong Republicans are and how right, liberals are. Because you know what? You're going to see that life doesn't give a shit whether you're first or last. It's going to kick you in your ass. And it's going to repeatedly kick you in your ass over and over and over again. There ain't no safe place in life. Okay? You don't get your safe space. Life comes at you day after day after day after day. And if you ain't strong enough, you fall. And that's what's going to happen to you millennial scumbags. I see it. None of you, I believe, are strong enough for this. None of you. Because you're a bunch of whining ass babies. And that's all I got to say. Once again, I'm your host, the big Neves, Nevis, yes. And you have enjoyed talking shit. I'll be back soon. Rah!